this room, for many of us watching online, for myself, we can live in a nice house. We can drive a nice car. You can have AC at home. You can have a job. You can be married. You can have children. You can have a credit card that you can swipe. And the devil still makes you believe that you're not enough. Do you understand how spoiled we've gotten to be? Have you sat down and thought about all the things that you need to be happy? I hear people all the time, Pastor, they'll sit and be like, Pastor, I'm depressed, or Pastor, I'm not good enough, or I feel like, and I'm like, wait a minute. You live in a nice house, you drive a 2024 vehicle, you have a good job, you have a husband, you have kids. What are you talking about? Well, it's the story that we decide to tell ourselves. So if we're constantly saying that I need, that I don't have, and you don't look back to what you already have, you take for granted the blessings that the Lord has already given you. I don't know if you find yourself cursing the thing that you prayed for. Anyone? Is that just me? Your kids don't make you say things that you're like, man, these kids, well, you prayed for them. Or I can't stand this marriage. You prayed for this marriage. You said I do until death do us part. Or this job, but wait a minute, a few months ago you were praying for a job. I can't stand this house, it's too big to clean. Wait a minute, you were praying for a house. So the book of Philippians teaches us that many times as believers, it is not what's actually happening. It's the story that you decide to tell yourself. And for many of us, we're singing the incorrect story because we're allowing culture, we're allowing society, we're allowing the next door neighbor to dictate our joy and happiness. So we sit in jail cells made out of gold, complaining about life. And man, everything in me is like, I'm ready to just tell that person off, but I think about myself. And I'm like, wait a minute, Will. Do you forget where you came from? Do you forget? I told you guys about this. We recently took a trip to the Dominican Republic. And my boys that now are grown and can understand, they're like, Papi, this is where you came out of? And you survived all of this? And that was just conviction because I was thinking to myself, man, and I'm here complaining that I don't have, that I need. And this society and this world keeps on telling us that we need more in order to be joyful, that we need more in order to be happy, that if I don't have that, that is the standard of happiness, that I am not enough. And we're sitting in jails, not like Paul, but we're sitting in jails made out of gold. And we don't realize that our strength and that our joy can only come from the Lord. So if there's something that I want us to take from the book of Philippians is that circumstances should not dictate our joy. Why? Because circumstances, just like emotions, will change. Right now, you can probably be at the mountaintop, but the valley is going to come. And right now, you may be going through sorrow, but joy comes in the morning. See, life is cyclical. Life will have its ups and downs. And I believe that if we are not careful, we will make life-altering decisions because of a circumstance. I don't know how many people I know that have walked out of a marriage because of a season. I don't know how many people I know have walked out of a job because of a season. I don't know how many people have walked out of a church that they were called to just because of a season. And what Paul is telling us is that we need to grow roots into where our true joy comes from. That it's not through circumstances. He's talking about joy when he's in shackles, and he's saying, hey, Circumstances do not dictate your joy. And if circumstances start dictating your joy,